It is issue 19. Hard to believe, but yes, issue 19 of the Grim Gazette. And I am your host, T. Morris. I am one of two people that is the people that put together Old Spirits Investigations. And if you are not familiar with Old Spirits Investigations, you can get familiar with Old Spirits Investigations by paying us a visit here. This is also the Grim Gazette, where we provide a weekly hit of weird news, of paranormal analysis, and a deep dive into something happening in the paranormal community. You can call me T, you can call me Team Monster, you can call me Twitch Dad. And you too can be a part of the Grim Gazette if you join our Discord. If one of my mods could drop a link in the Discord, that'd be great. You go into Discord, and once you get all signed up and everything, you'll see that there is a room called Grim Gazette. That's where you go in and you can pick up your latest of paranormal clips that may need a second look or a third look, or just weird news, or just something that makes you grin. You know, one of those kind of news stories. That is what is going on every Tuesday night here, starting at 7 o'clock, but I had a late dinner, so we were a little late tonight. And we are starting off this issue of the Grim Gazette with the following. Here we go. Rare 7-foot fish washed ashore on Oregon's coast garners worldwide attention. Look at that whopper. Good gravy. Look at that whopper.
Who's this nut tugger?
Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? Gearhart, Oregon. A massive rare fish, thought to only live in temperate waters in the southern hemisphere, has washed up on Oregon's northern coast, drawing crowds of curious onlookers intrigued by the unusual sight. The 7.3 foot or 2.2 meter hoodwinker sunfish first appeared on the beach in Gearhart on Monday, the Seaside Aquarium said in a media release. It was still on the beach on Friday and may remain there for weeks, the aquarium said, as it is difficult for scavengers to puncture its tough skin. Photos provided by the aquarium showed a flat, round gray fish lying on its side in the sand. Photos of a person kneeling next to it and another of a pickup truck parked next to it gave a sense of its large size and scale. The stir it has created on social media prompted a New Zealand-based researcher, or I should say it this way, a New Zealand-based researcher who has studied sunfish to contact the aquarium. After looking at photographs of the fish, or since it's, New Zealand, after looking at photographs of the fish, Marianne Nygaard was available to confirm it was indeed a hoodwinker sunfish. A hoodwinker sunfish. I'm so glad my wife is not in chat right now. Rarer than the most common ocean sunfish. Okay, I amuse myself sometimes, I admit. And she said she believed it may be the largest such fish ever sampled, according to the aquarium. In a research published in 2017, Nygaard discovered through genetic sampling and observation that the hoodwinker sunfish, or mulatica, was a different species than the ocean sunfish, mola mola. Teca, in Latin, means hidden or disguised, referring to a new species that has been hiding in plain sight, the aquarium said. So, there you go. That is a big fish. That is a really big fish. Thing is freaking huge. Okay.
This is great. You don't want a hug?
Okay.
No hugs.
I guess you do want a punching. Now, if I want a punching, I'll go into a Maori bar and go, "Bro, anybody want to get some fish and chips?" And then the fists are going to start to fly. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. And you're just in time to hear about our next story, which is YouTuber charged for having a helicopter blast a Lamborghini with fireworks, authorities say.
Who's this nut tugger?
Here we go. Here we go, everybody. A YouTuber who specializes in car shenanigans, is facing federal charges after authorities said he directed a video in which two people in a helicopter blasted fireworks at a speeding Lamborghini from above. You know, I mean, it could have been worse. He could have been like, shooting fireworks at a McLaren, and then my wife would have gotten super pissed. Okay? Gotten super pissed. But there you go. Alex Choi, 24, moron, is charged with causing the placement of an explosive or incendiary device on an aircraft, the Department of Justice announced Thursday. If convicted, Choi faces a maximum of 10 years in a federal prison.
There it is.
Oh my God. Seriously, dude. Hey, he did it for the lulz. There you go. Doing it for the lulz, everybody. Okay, so yeah. Prosecutors allege that Choi posted a video last July, made without filming permits, entitled "Destroying a Lamborghini with Fireworks." The video has since been taken down, but authorities says it shows Choi pressing a fire missiles button while two women on board a helicopter shoot fireworks at the sports car as it races across a desert landscape. Officials believe the video was taken at the El Mirage dry lake bed in rural San Bernardino County, about 60 miles or 97 kilometers north of downtown Los Angeles. Choi did not immediately respond to a request for a comment that the Associated Press sent him via Instagram, nor to an email sent to his talent agency. And I bet his talent agency is so proud. I bet they're so proud. Choi, who has over 1 million followers on Instagram and nearly that number of subscribers on YouTube, entertains his audience with what he calls the greatest car shenanigans. Other stunts of his include filming his passengers as he rapidly accelerates and taking a Lamborghini through a gas station car wash. A spokesman from the Department of Justice said that Choi appeared in court on Thursday and a federal magistrate judge ordered him released on $50,000 bond. His arraignment is scheduled for July 2nd. No plea was taken. For the lulz, baby. For the lulz. Oh, my Lord. I'm just sorry. I have no sympathy for I have no sympathy. For those of you who are new to this stream, I really do not have any sort of sympathy for tattery like that. I really do not. I'm not a big fan of Lamborghinis either, the secondhand. That's why I'm saying, if it had been a McLaren, I would have been really pissed. Because McLarens are damn sexy cars. That's the thing. I can honestly say, I didn't even know McLaren had like a luxury car. If I could have a luxury car, if I could have one luxury car, it was once upon a time, it was an Aston Martin. Because I mean, you know, the Bond fan in me, I love me an Aston Martin. Did I just censor myself? Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to keep this channel as family friendly as possible. And because I've got this brand new soundboard with all the bells and whistles, including a button to make sure that if I say shit, or if I say I don't know, you know, there's that. Thank you. Welcome to my stream. But now that I've gotten involved in F1 and I've been watching, and I've been watching some folks like Team McLaren, and then I saw a McLaren up close and personal. One of those. That's a sexy car. That is a fucking sexy car, McLaren. I love it. Okay, let's get back to it. I like this one, and this one's on brand, everybody. This one's definitely on brand. Ghostbusters superfan collects 2,012 pieces of memorabilia. I respect the hell out of this man. I do. I respect the hell out of this man. Darren McQuaid earned a Guinness World Record for his collection
That's what I appreciate about you.
2,012 pieces of Ghostbusters memorabilia. June 7th. British man British man with a record-breaking collection of 2,012 items related to his favorite film franchise said being in his home is like living in a Ghostbusters museum. Darren McQuaid's collection of 2,012 pieces of Ghostbusters memorabilia took the Guinness World Record from an Ohio man. Sorry about that, master. Sorry about that. From Ohio man Robert O'Connor, whose collection was tallied at 1,221. Oh, that was Marv dropping the shovel. What's up, Marv? What's up? It is essentially like living in a Ghostbusters museum, McQuaid told Guinness World Records. McQuaid, whose rarest items include a Ghostbusters 2 Christmas cracker box and a Ghostbusters stunt kite, recently appeared as an extra in the latest Ghostbusters film. The collector worked as a professional musician and said he often works a Ghostbusters theme into his tricks. I love mixing Ghostbusters with magic. Whenever I learn or invent a new trick, I always see if I can add a Ghostbusters theme to it. That doesn't always work, but I love it when it does, he said. McQuaid says he hopes to keep growing his collection. Hopefully I'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary with an even bigger collection, he said. I seem to run out of space about once a year, but always find room for more. So good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. I'm going to go get a Lamborghini and a helicopter to go get that guy. Just a flyby. Sleepy wanted to say hi before I went to bed. Okay, good night, Marv. Love you, buddy. You have a good night's rest. Thanks, man. Oh, he's even got a personalized Ghostbusters outfit. That's awesome. That's awesome. I actually know that Ghost Stop in Lynchburg sell them. It's been tempting. I may for my birthday go down to get one. All right, so usually on the Grim Gazette, we have very short news stories. This one may run a little long, but I couldn't help it because one, it is a follow-up, and two, I could not resist when my wife gave me this link. From Wired magazine, the Titan Submersible disaster shocked the world. The exclusive inside story is more disturbing than anyone imagined. So, all right, hold on. There we go. So we got this today, and I believe this story dropped today, actually. Yeah, June 11th. So here we go. This is going to be a long one. But I really wanted to read this. Potential trigger warning. Involving gruesome deaths, probably. Yeah. But let's also point out something here. The transcript, the supposed transcript that was released on the interwebs that came out of this disaster, yeah, it was faked. That was fake. So I think you all should know that is definitely fake. But let's take a look at this. And again, this is going to be long. We're going to go long, but I really thought we should cover this. From Wired magazine, the Ocean Sciences building at the University of Washington in Seattle is a brightly modern 4-story structure with large glass windows reflecting the bay across the street. On the afternoon of July 7th, 2016, it was being slowly locked down. Red lights began flashing at the entrances as students and faculty filed out under overcast skies. Eventually, just as a handful of people remained inside, preparing to unleash one of the most destructive forces in the natural world, the crushing weight of about 2.5 miles of ocean water. In the building's high-pressure testing facility, a black pill-shaped capsule hung from a hoist on the ceiling, about 3 foot long. It was a scale model of a submersible called Cyclops 2, developed by a local startup called OceanGate. The company's CEO, Stockton Rush, had been The company's CEO, Stockton Rush, had co-founded the company in 2009 as a sort of submarine charter service, anticipating growing need for commercial and research trips to the ocean floor. At first, Rush acquired older steel hub subs for expeditions. But in 2013, OceanGate had begun designing what the company called a revolutionary new manned submersible. Among the sub's innovations were its lightweight hull, which was built from carbon fiber and could accommodate more passengers than the spherical cabins traditionally used in deep-sea diving. By 2016, Rush's dream was to take paying customers down to the most famous shipwreck of them all, the Titanic, 3,800 meters below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. Engineers carefully lowered the Cyclops 2 model into a testing tank nose first, like a bomb being loaded into a silo, and then screwed on the tank's 3,600-pound lid. Then they began pumping in water, increasing the pressure to mimic a submersible's dive. If you're hanging out at sea level, the weight of the atmosphere above you exerts 14.7 pounds per square inch, or PSI. The deeper you go, the stronger that pressure. At the Titanic's depth, the pressure is about 6,500 PSI. Soon, the pressure gauge on UAW's test tank read 1,000 PSI, and it kept ticking up. 2,000 PSI, 5,000 PSI. At about the 73-minute mark, as the pressure in the tank reached 6,500 PSI, there was a sudden roar, and the tank shuddered violently. I felt it in my body, an OceanGate employee wrote in an email later that night. The building rocked, and my ears rang for a long time. Scared the shit out of everyone, he added. The model had imploded thousands of meters short of the safety margin OceanGate had designed for. In the high-stakes, high-cost world of crude submersibles, most engineering teams would have gone back to the drawing board and at least ordered more models to test. Rush's company didn't do either of those things. Instead, within months, OceanGate began building a full-scale Cyclops 2 based on the imploded model. This submersible's design, later renamed Titan, eventually made it down to the Titanic in 2021. It even returned to the site for expeditions the next 2 years. But nearly 1 year ago, on June 18th, 2023, Titan dove to the infamous wreck and imploded, instantly killing all 5 people on board, including Rush himself. The disaster captivated and horrified the world. Deep-sea experts criticized OceanGate's choices, from Titan's carbon fiber construction to Rush's public disdain for industry regulations, which he believed stifled innovation. Organizations that had worked on with OceanGate, including the University of Washington as well as the Boeing Company, released statements denying that they contributed to Titan. A trove of tens of thousands of internal OceanGate emails, documents, and photographs provided exclusively to Wired by anonymous sources sheds new light on Titan's development. From its initial design and manufacture through its first deep-sea operations, the documents, validated by interviews with 2 third-party suppliers and several former OceanGate employees with intimate knowledge of Titan, revealed never-before-reported details about the design and testing of the submersible. They showed that Boeing and the University of Washington were both involved in the early stages of OceanGate's carbon fiber sub-project, although their work did not make it into the final Titan design. The trove also reveals a company culture in which employees who questioned their boss's high-speed approach and decisions were dismissed as overcautious or even fired. The former employees who spoke to Wired have asked not to be named for fear of being sued by the families of those who died aboard the vessel. Most of all, the documents show how Rush blinkered by his own ambition to be the Elon Musk of the deep seas. Well, there's your problem right there.
There's your problem right there. I want to be the Elon Musk of the ocean.
Yeah, okay. Repeatedly overstated OceanGate's progress and, on at least one occasion, outright lied about significant problems with Titan's hull, which had not been previously reported. A representative for OceanGate, which ceased all operations last summer, declined to comment on Wired's findings. And there he is. There he is, OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush aboard Cyclops 1 in 2015. And now he is pretty much just a mist scattered within the Atlantic Ocean. All right, so let me take this break in the article here, and let me look at chat real quick. Let's remind you people that OceanGate 2.0 will most likely not make it there, either because it's not for that depth. Probably. That's probably true. We don't know crap about the ocean. That's true. That is true. You know, I would say the ocean is truly the final frontier next to, of course, space. And both are they do share something in common. The ocean and outer space both share something in common. They are out to kill you. They are out to kill you. Yeah, I did not realize that Boeing had been involved in the early versions of this absolute CF. That's crazy. No one should describe themselves as the Elon Musk of anything. You know, a funny thing about Elon, when you look at what had happened with Elon and Twitter, before then, he was considered something of a maverick, something of an eccentric, but for the most part, people were willing to give Elon a pass because SpaceX, because PayPal, because of all these things, because of Tesla. And then it was just like he took over Twitter, and it's been just one disaster after the next. I mean, you know, the platform formerly known as Twitter. But he takes over Twitter, and then he names it X for no good reason other than to say it's X, right? And then there's the thing with the sign, which he had to take down for a number of reasons. And then there was all the layoffs, and then finally all the just all the weird firings over at the platform formerly known as Twitter. And then we had the Cybertruck, and it's just been it wasn't like the emperor has no clothes when Elon took over Twitter. It was more like the emperor has taken his entire wardrobe, doused it in kerosene, and lit that sucker on fire. So yeah, you know, heading out. Okay, Chris, no problem. If you're going to a supernatural aspect of it, there's a bunch of rich people trying to go visit a bunch of poor dead people on a ship that was left behind to die by rich people. But keep in mind, a lot of the rich people did die on that. Quite a few. Yeah, because they had launched some of the boats a little prematurely. A lot of their rich friends got stuck on the Titanic. Let's not forget that. Let's see. But also OceanGate 2.0 is going to an ex-military guy not home, making it this time. So the rich guy isn't even making it. He's paying someone else to take him. Well, there's that. Cybertruck is worst graphics in Cyberpunk had glitches when it came out. Oh, you're going to fit in here just fine. That was well done. Nicely done. Some premature ejection? I don't... They have doctors for that now. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Okay. So we're going to continue the story. There's a lot more to it. Remember, it's a Wired story, so we're going to go a little long with it. I know that's what she said. But we're gonna finish this because I'm digging this already. I'm loving the direction of this story. But I should get some more hydration because I have a feeling I'm gonna need it. Aster is still there, but yeah, a lot of third classers didn't make it, and that's very true. I'm at returning to our pardon the pun, deep dive into the Titan Submersible disaster, as depicted by Wired magazine. I met Stockton Rush on June 24th, 2015, while reporting on OceanGate for New Scientist magazine. A former flight engineer and tech investor, Rush was already styling himself as a subaquatic Musk. I wanted to be the first person on Mars until I realized there was nothing there, Rush told me at a city center dock in Seattle. But in the ocean, there are new life forms, things people have never discovered. Rush believed that Earth's oceans, not outer space, were where humanity would find refuge from existential risks like climate change. My goal is to move the needle, he told me. Around us, employees were prepping OceanGate's prototype submersible, the Cyclops 1, for its deepest dive to date. Sub was a cylindrical steel hull design rated for dives up to 500 meters. OceanGate had acquired it a few years earlier and refurbished it, adding LEDs and a PlayStation controller for easy steering and replacing an ugly exterior cabin with a sleek, white plastic fairing to protect components outside the hull. Together with the large acrylic viewport, the effect was a sort of one-eyed robot shark. Up to 5 people could squeeze inside, which is what Rush and I were about to do, for a test dive into Seattle's Elliott Bay. 90 minutes later and 130 meters deeper, we were totally lost. First, the thruster software had glitched, leaving us floating just above the sea floor. Now the sub's compass was acting up. The shipwreck we aimed to explore, a rail ferry that had once carried Teddy Roosevelt, was nowhere to be seen. All I could spy outside the Cyclops' forward dome was the occasional salmon dancing in the frigid water. As I began to feel the chills seeping through the sub's steel hull, Rush asked me to open my iPhone compass app. He wanted to compare it to one on his phone. The headings did not match, but he rebooted the thrusters, and we set off in what he was pretty sure was the right direction. "You're heading in exactly the wrong direction," said a faint voice transmitted via an acoustic link from the support ship tracking us on the surface. We eventually located the sunken ship, its rotting bow emerging into the Cyclops' headlight. It was an otherworldly experience, made more thrilling by the hint of danger. Back at the dock, Rush brushed off the problems we'd encountered. "This is exactly why OceanGate started with the Cyclops 1, he said, rather than anything capable of diving deeper. I could have built a multi-million-dollar version. And all of a sudden I got to figure out really stupid stuff, like the magnetic compass."
Guardian down.
"The Cyclops 1 is getting us ready. When we do the Cyclops 2, then all these bugs will be out." The Cyclops 2, which Rush renamed Titan in 2018, was already on the drawing board, and Rush believed he had the biggest bug: how to make a vessel that could safely dive 20 times deeper than America's nuclear subs worked out. He would use a modern wonder material, carbon fiber. Carbon fiber. Composites are some of the strongest materials available to engineers. They are formed of thin strands of atomic carbon within plastic resins, layered upon layer, then cured carefully at high temperatures. The resulting composites can be both stronger and lighter than titanium, and it was this combination that caught Rush's attention. A carbon fiber Titan could be roughly the same size and weight as the steel Cyclops, and yet be able to dive up to 12 times deeper. It would be much cheaper for a support vessel to carry and deploy at sea than a metal sub, and would also be more buoyant, reducing the risk of getting stranded on the ocean floor. While carbon fiber has been used in everything from cars to rockets, no one had ever dived in a deep water carbon fiber submersible. Rush wanted to be the first. Breaking for a moment to catch up with Walking Bard. You know, T, this whole article is telling me one thing. This guy was a complete moron. Oh, come on. You're not telling me you don't look at a picture of this guy and not think,
what a cutie.
come on.
Hot piece of old man ass.
I mean, come on. Why not? Why not, right? Why not? I think the article... the article writer is capping more than a tailor who specializes in headwear. I mean, it is wired. So there's going to be some...
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Salmon don't live in the ocean. Fair enough. And there was the bonk. Everybody. There was the bonk. Oh, man. Okay. Clearly, he's never seen a carbon fiber vehicle crash epically. Probably not. I mean, if you want to see that shit, just take a look at Formula One. Man, Formula One, those puppies, they're humming around those chicanes, and they're going down the straightaway. It's madness. It's madness. And you won't get reception for phone compass underwater. Hey, that wasn't even on the reporter. That was the guy in charge there. Okay, here we go. In 2013, OceanGate struck up a partnership with the University of Washington's Applied Physics Laboratory to develop the new sub. The university has a long history of working with composites and designing its own underwater vehicles. It also already had a relationship with OceanGate. After using its subs for research, the physics lab helped write the software used by Cyclops 1. The university touted the arrangement in the press release at the time. UW, local company building innovative deep-sea manned submarine. Read one of the headlines from October 2013. Stories updated with a note in 2023 saying the vessel that resulted from partnership was the Cyclops 1. Emails from OceanGate leaked exclusively to Wired indicate that UW researchers provided hundreds of detailed 3D CAD drawings of components for a carbon fiber sub between 2013 and 2016 as part of a $5 million contract. But the relationship between the lab and OceanGate was contentious, according to emails. UW claims that OceanGate and the lab parted ways after just $650,000 worth of work. And former OceanGate employees told Wired that none of UW's hardware or software work wound up in the finished sub. OceanGate also announced that Boeing Research and Technology was helping with the project. In October 2013, two engineers at Boeing, Mark Negley and William Koch, produced a detailed 70-page preliminary design containing renderings, manufacturing advice, and technical analysis. Those details of Boeing's involvement have not been reported before. Boeing was not a partner on the Titan and did not design or build it. Jessica Knoll, a spokesman for Boeing, said in a statement. The company declined to answer on the record any other questions from Wired. Negley and Koch, who are still employed by Boeing, did not respond to LinkedIn messages. So, all right, here's the thing. With all the bad press that Boeing has had, I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all. But, I mean, come on. All these people, UW, Boeing, they're going to be putting some distance between themselves and this guy. So, I'm just saying. To manufacture the hull, Rush turned to a company called Spencer Composites. First, though, OceanGate needed a scaled-down model of the hull to test how it would fare against the intense pressures at the bottom of the sea. By 2015, according to a design document written by Spencer, OceanGate wanted its hull to be rated up to 6,000 meters and have a safety factor of up to 2.25, meaning that it should be stable for 2.25 times that depth, or 13,500 meters. James Cameron record-setting deep-sea Challenger had a safety factor of 1.36. Alvin, the submersible that originally explored the Titanic, had a 1.8 or higher. Spencer Composites did not respond to requests for comment. Now, this kind of story fascinates me because it does sound like that he really wanted this guy, the guy who's in charge of OceanGate, the former guy in charge of OceanGate, really wanted this to work. It sounds like it. But let's continue. In June 2015, just before my trip in Cyclops 1, engineers placed a 1/3 scale model of Titan into an 8-foot-long testing tank at APL UW for its first pressure test. This model was built entirely of carbon fiber, including the end domes, which ended up failing at pressures equating to around just 3,000 meters, according to a report written by Rush. OceanGate commissioned Spencer to make more domes, but these would take months to arrive. Meanwhile, the cylinder was tested again, this time with solid aluminum discs on the ends, and reached 4,100 meters without incident. But when OceanGate received the new carbon fiber domes and tested the hull in March 2016, The new domes again imploded at 3,000 meters. And Mark the Pro, thank you very much for that follow. No, not the Epstein list. No, wrong story. Wrong story altogether. And Sammy, hey, how are you? How are you? Welcome, everybody. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that follow.
More of that, my girl.
All right. So OceanGate received the new carbon fiber domes, imploded at 3,000 meters. And the test that scared the shit out of everyone, in one engineer's words, was OceanGate's fourth. This time the hull, again with the aluminium caps, reached the equivalent of 4,500 meters before imploding it, giving it a miserly 1.18 safety factor for any dives to the Titanic depth. And remember, that was a 1.18 safety factor, whereas Deep Sea Challenger had 1.36, and the Alvin, which was the submersible that originally explored the Titanic, had 1.8 or higher. Okay. And that's what it looks like. That's what the damage to the scale model looked like. Yeah, great. That's great. This is all testing, by the way. This is all testing. I'm gonna have to read this like off stream. Man, this is epic. I knew it was gonna be a long article. I didn't realize how long it would be. So kudos to Wired Magazine and Mark Harris. That is an amazing. Whew. Yeah, I'll be surprised if this doesn't go viral. I really will be surprised if it doesn't go viral. Okay, so that wraps up the weird news. Now we're going ahead and take a look at some stuff that we got off of the Tickety Talks. Okay, and this is where I have to turn off music because of sound and all that stuff. So we got a full minute on here. These are clips sent in by you, the viewing audience. Remember, you can go on ahead and always join Discord. And if you join Discord, you can jump on in and you can make your own submissions to the Grim Gazette. And if I think they work, then I would be more than happy to feature them like we're about to feature these next 4 clips. All right, so let's take a look at this. Caught this on infrared night vision security cameras. Oh boy, here we go. Really? Really? See, cryptids are the hardest sell for me. They really are the hardest sell for me. Okay. So, one thing I will say that makes this extremely convincing is that it's time coded. However, 2026-16. Okay. So, let's see. 20 minus. So this was happening at roughly 8:30. 8:30 at night. And we see something crawl in. I have a human detection setting which was on and wasn't triggered when this was recorded. I have a human detection setting which was on and wasn't triggered when this was recorded. But the night vision camera still caught it. So that's my first question. But mainly, it's 8:30 at night. Yeah. Yeah. I hate cryptids. I mean, it's just it. I want so much to believe in this, but the mountain monsters really screwed me up. I'm just going to come out and say the mountain monsters guys really screwed me up at Paracon last year. Stuff good. It's not even encrypted. You know, it is not Mothman. It is not Mothman. It is. This is. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next video. Jeez. Okay. So what do we got here? First off, we got the head. What are we looking for? All right, we got the doggo. Okay. Got a sweet doggo. Okay, that's interesting. Hold on. All right, so what they're saying is camera's there, and then so we're getting the impression that there's something there, right? So I want to see. I want to go back to the to the beginning of the video. Okay. Right. So there's no head there. Okay. There's the doggo. All right. Do I need to go back to the very beginning? Okay, let's try this. Oh, okay. I see it. Okay, so it's actually at the very beginning of the it's actually at the very beginning of the video. So her camera comes around, and there's apparently a head there. And she shifts again in the bed, no head there. Note the puppy too. The puppy is completely oblivious to whatever's going on here. So either A, this is the dumbest puppy in the world, or B, this puppy is got zero paranormal juju about him. One of the theories that a lot of people have concerning the paranormal, and actually Jason tested this with one of his dogs about did they sense anything weird in the paranormal? And Maddie, before she crossed over to the Rainbow Bridge, Maddie was she was oh shoot. I just realized, oh no, I'm sorry. Never mind. I got distracted. I thought this thing was broken, but it's not. It's okay. You have to always check your things just to see if a kitten has randomly broken something. Anyway, so the theory goes was that dogs and other animals react to the paranormal. You know, they have some kind of reaction to it. And Maddie went on a couple of investigations with the ghost hunters, and she reacted to stuff that was happening around them. This dog, however, did not graduate from the same dog school that Maddie did. Okay, so she slows down and zooms in, and suddenly she notices that somebody's head is there. Camera goes away, comes back. There's no head. You'll also notice too, I think, I'm going to double check that. And just see it. Yeah, the edge of the blanket has changed. The edge of the blanket has completely changed. Because there, the edge is going straight up. You'll notice that when we come back, it's extended over a little bit. Yeah. It's extended over a little bit. So sorry. No. The other problem that I have with this too is that the camera's all over the place. So even if it was legit, the fact that it's constantly moving, it holds itself up too much that they could have planned it where when she's moving her camera around, she basically just ducks out when she's shifting. So yeah. Nice try. Rather eerie, but no. So let's take a look at this one. Oh yeah, okay. So Pip has discovered that this the guy in Manchester who is constantly being haunted by spirits. Yeah, he's not putting together compilations. So this is for our buddy Marv, who is fast asleep right now over in the UK. This is for you, Marv. Expect some foul language. Expect to giggle a little bit because this guy, he's got a great way of provoking the spirits in his house. I'm just saying, he's got some great way of provoking spirits in his house. Here we go.
Yes, not me. Are you not coming home in these areas? You fucking blew it now. Winston's just tried opening the door, guys, so I'm recording. I put the paint palettes and everything down to prove it's all green screens. Look, guys. So what have you got to say about that? The green screen accusations are getting really old, guys. Paint palette there, which covers every colour. People say things in the background don't move, so I've left the window open. The flashlights on the phone, which you can see the phone recording through the mirror. Done everything I've been asked, guys. I've delivered everything that's been asked. I wasn't expecting that, guys. He pushed this down the hallway, so I'm trying to get him to do it again.
Trying to get him to do it, yeah. I love this guy. I freaking love this guy so much.
Not me.
So he is named.
You fucking blew it now.
So he's named his ghost Winston, which I think he's doing it just to piss the ghost off at this point. I love this guy so much. We're gonna have another one next week.
Winston's just tried opening the door, guys, so I'm recording. I put the paint palettes and everything down to prove it's all green screens. Look, guys. So what have you got to say about that? The green screen accusations are getting really old, guys.
At this point, I don't even care if he's faking. I don't even care if he's faking. These are some entertaining as hell videos, in my opinion.
There, which covers every colour. People say things in the background don't move, so I've left the window open. The flashlights on the phone, which you can see the phone recording through the mirror. Done everything I've been asked, guys. I've delivered everything.
I know, right? Right, Twitch Mom? He needs to fucking pay rent.
I wasn't expecting that, guys.
This daft
You pushed this down the hallway, so I'm trying to get him to do it again.
I just want this guy to be like, I just want Ted Lasso to show him and go, notice you haven't been sleeping as well. You know, you look like you're sleepy all the time. What's going on? Oh, I got this ghost in my house, yeah? He sounds like one of the guys on Richmond. A friend and some fishing wire will take you far. I guess so, but man, this is getting more and more fun. That's the thing I think I like about this guy. I'm going to give this guy a like because he's just fun. He's just freaking fun. All right. Last clip. And then it will be time. Whoa. And then it'll be time for the deep dive after a brief break. So let's go on ahead and let's take a look at this. Okay, so this one is called Paranormal Activity Captured in a closed circuit television camera from a haunted house. Okay. Let's see this one. 14 seconds. Okay. My only disappointment that it's only 14 seconds. Let me see that again. Okay, first thing that makes me a little sus about this is the way that scooter comes up. I want to see if I can let me take a look at the speed. I want to see if I can just we're going to slow this down a little bit. Watch how the scooter comes up. Yeah, okay. I'm going to play this one more time. Again, watch how the scooter comes up. Yeah, that first off, if something were to pick that up, if something had truly picked that up, it wouldn't look like that. I don't know how else to describe this. I don't know how else to say it, but that doesn't look like how a scooter would be picked up by someone, even visible or invisible, right? It looks like the way it looks like the way something comes up when you reverse footage. It looks like someone has put this in reverse. Now, this is where my theory is going to go with this. I'm going to play the whole thing, all 14 seconds. So the scooter comes up, and then everything here moves forward, right? It moves forward again. So if I were to play this in reverse, I'm just gonna track it. If I was pulling on something like that was attached to, say, the scooter or all three of these things, right? And the scooter detaches itself. Let me get back here. Thing is, you could keep pulling, right? You could keep pulling from this stairwell back here, and if there's enough shadow here, you can't see the rope. So basically what this person has done is this is not filmed from a CCTV. I find that a little sus too, because there's no timestamp on this. If it was CCTV, there should be some type of timestamp on it. But when we play it, I'm just going to go ahead and play it at real speed. I'll play this at real speed. It's the way the scooter just came up like that. It was almost too fluid. And then everything pulls, everything comes forward, and everything comes forward again. But the thing that is the one thing you can't see because of the way this has been shaded and all this stuff, there could be something here. There could be somebody hanging out in this stairwell here, pulling this backwards. And what they've done is they've reversed the film, which is why the scooter comes up the way it does. Because if we were to watch this in reverse, a single rope could be pulling all that back. And then it's attached to the scooter. And the scooter just falls off. And you'll notice that the scooter actually falls off when you watch it in reverse, the scooter falls completely off. So it's not even lying down. But what somebody did was they filmed this, made it look like CCTV, and then they just reversed the footage. I'm getting pretty good at this debunking thing. I mean, it does. Now, I will say not all the stuff that I do here is straight up debunking. If you take a look at one of the recent or I should, yeah, one of the recent Grim Gazettes, you'll actually see this thing where this guy is talking about a door in a workshop in Savannah, Georgia. And there is one point where I'm like, oh, that's got to be a draft. That's got to be a draft. And then the door just yanks open. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't a draft. So yeah, this, not so much. So again, thanks everybody for the submissions. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm calling it a night. Thanks everybody for being here. You travel safe, Cammie. You travel safe. Have a good time. By all means, have a good time. Thank you again for hanging out with me. And I will see you Thursday. I have a feeling we're going to be doing a return of Blind Leads the Blind. And I'm going to be finishing up, or at least getting a little bit through the final shape with my boy Steve. All right. You all take it easy. Have a great night. Thanks again. Peace.